Letting go is really what solves the emotional skills of socializing and connecting with people. Okay, a powerful exercise you can actually do is look at yourself in the mirror. Okay, do it after this video. Look at yourself in the mirror, look at yourself in the eyes, and just notice what you see. Do you see a brightness in the pupil? Do you see life radiating out? Do you see joy? Do you see fulfillment? Do you see expansion? Do you see authenticity? Do you even see yourself? Or do you see your eyes just kind of look beaten down? A little sad, kind of wavering, maybe even a little nervous, like, oh, I can't even look at myself in the eyes.
The kicked puppy eyes.
Right? Are you a beaten dog? Is that what you see? A sad, pathetic, beaten dog? Because that's what I see in most people. When I look at them in the eyes, I see a wounded person. Someone who's hurt, someone who's anxious, someone who's hiding. Very few people can maintain eye contact and even remain open. And then, from that foundation, what do people do? They try to improve themselves socially. They're like, well, as a sad, hurt, wounded person, what can I do?
Me and you have never done that.
We've never done that.
Yeah, we've never done that.
I mean, that's the classic route.
We're just speculating on what happens.
It's not like we can explain this because we relate and we've gone through that ourselves.
It's not like Julien went and did that and then created an international media incident.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, most people come into this because, yes, they're hurt, they're wounded. Okay, don't judge yourself over this. I'm saying do this exercise to become aware. But if you think that from that foundation, improving yourself socially, just a few little tips and tricks are going to fix that, no. You think a few little tips and tricks are going to cover that up? No. People will see right through it. Okay, don't be so gullible, don't be so naive. Human beings, even humans who are just terrible at, say, reading people, they'll still pick up on those little subtleties. Okay, remember this. In terms of socializing, we used to socialize before words existed, right? We're pre-verbal beings. That's the foundation. That's what you first have to handle, and this is what letting go really does. It's how to let go of that hurt that's still running you, that anxiety that's still running you, that doubt, right? That beaten look, how to inject that life and ultimately reconnect with your authentic self, right? If you've seen people who might have not gone through the same experiences you did growing up, and for some reason they're just in that state already. They're smiling, they just connect, they laugh, and you're like, how are they just doing that so easily? How are they so natural about it? That's what letting go does, okay? And when it comes to social skills, if you think of it as this big umbrella, 80% of it is really the emotional skill side of things. That's what letting go solves, that's the foundation. But it doesn't stop there. That takes you 80% of the way. There's then the extra 20%, and that's the analytical side of things, the analytical skills, right? Where, yes, now you can radiate that life, you can smile, you can express yourself, that anxiety's gone, the stifledness is gone, but you still need to learn how to connect with people, how to make it win-win, how to be relatable, how to make sure that everyone you're talking to is having an amazing time and an enjoyable experience. And this is what people rush towards, right? Especially if you're someone who's a bit more logical. There's a lot of appeal to that analytical side. It's like, well, I'm gonna learn how to analyze situations and what I say and what the other person says, and I'm going to practice different things and see what happens and really be this social scientist, right? I'm gonna go out and get a lot of experiences, right? The more reference experiences, the better I'll be. But if you don't start with the emotional skills, it's not gonna help. Here's what's gonna happen, okay? Number one, when you go out...
He can't even fully say what's going to happen. Let's just say it's not going to be the ideal.
It's not going to be the ideal. Yeah. But for real, number one, here's what's going to happen. Until you're able to come from that solid foundation of authenticity, you're going to be hiding behind this front. You're going to be hiding behind these little tips and tricks, and the reference experiences that you will be getting will actually do more harm than good. Why? Because even if it does go well, it validates the front. And what do you keep telling yourself? I'm not good enough as I am. I have to put on this front. And although, yeah, it might suck at times if you get socially rejected. You know what sucks more? When you're only accepted when you're being someone you're not. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you're not going to see reality as it is. That hurt, that inner wound is going to hijack your focus, and you're going to project that onto people around you. And you're going to be calibrating and adapting and trying to connect with that when that's not even the person. Right? If you see someone and they might be the friendliest person, they're just waiting for someone to say hi to them, they're amazing, and you're just like, they seem scary. What would someone who's scary like? That's not calibrating to reality. And then the third one, and this is the big one, and this is just so sad, even if things go well, and let's just say that little front gets validated, and even though you don't see someone for who they are, it still goes well, you will most likely use that experience to not move yourself up, but to reinforce your comfort zone, where you might not even see it as going well, or if it does, you'll come up with an excuse where, well, okay, I guess they were nice to me, but it's because they were being polite. You'll never actually collect the win, and you will stay stuck in that little Groundhog's Day of socializing. Groundhog's Day, taking action and nothing truly changing. So what I found, we've both found, again, I've been teaching this for over 10 years, since 2010, working on myself since 2006, is that you need that foundation, right? The 80% emotional skills. If you think of playing a video game, that's the first person perspective, right? You got to handle that. But then there's also the little map in the corner. That's the analytical skills. That's how to make it more relatable, to learn how to connect with people, to make sure it's a win-win. And you got to have both. But the map alone, hey, you can look at that map as much as you want. You're not going to do very well in the actual video game. So once you start letting go, you clear all that baggage, emotional foundation is down, then you must still learn the analytical skills, because hey, if you're being authentic but you don't know how to be relatable, that's also going to be pretty ugly.